Everything you know about agriculture is probably wrong. Why are we so disconnected with the sole industry that is responsible for keeping us alive? Without agriculture, you would be hungry, naked, and sober, and no one wants that. Every day, at least 3 times a day, we need a farmer or rancher, but most of us never think about them. Agriculture is on our everyday lives and affects all of us on the daily in one way or another. I've been closely involved in the industry over the years and have done a lot of research over this specific topic. There is false information being spread on the social media platforms that has been hurting the industry over the last several years. Today, I will tell you about how the industry that brought you your meals today is being attacked by false information about GMOs, treatment of livestock, and what's actually in what we eat. First, let's talk about GMOs. GMOs are genetically modified organisms whose genetic material has been altered in some way. GMOs range from microorganisms like yeast and bacteria to insects, plants, fish, and mammals. GMOs are engineered to introduce a new trait into the species. Crops are one of the main things that are genetically modified. Genetic modification of crops is to enhance its nutritional value to make it better for the public and livestock. Genetically modified foods are developed because there are some advantages either to the producer or consumer of these foods. There is no known harm in consuming genetically modified foods, and most produce or meats that can be bought at the store have been genetically modified in one way or another. The use of genetically modified crops is widely debated, and many people are biased over this topic. Now that we have discussed GMOs, we are going to talk about the treatment of livestock. Livestock is defined as any animal kept and raised for human use or consumption. But how should we treat the animals that we use? Celebrities and organizations such as PETA spread false information on the requirement to care for these animals or how producers actually care for their livestock. Animal welfare is defined as responsible production of an animal so that it is raised comfortably and treated with respect as we raise it for human use. Animal rights activists have varying views and argue things that range from animals should have the same rights as humans, animals should not be used for consumption, and all animals should have the same treatment as pets. Livestock that are raised for meat and byproducts are very important in the agriculture industry in keeping meat eaters happy and fed. Now that we've talked about GMOs and treatment of livestock, let's discuss what's actually in the foods that we eat on a daily basis. When you buy certified no antibiotics, organic, or non-GMO, what does this really mean? When livestock are on antibiotic periods, there is no meat, milk, or eggs harvested during the withdrawal period. This means that consumers don't eat the products that are produced while the animal is on antibiotics. With organic foods, there are higher costs of production, more diseases, and chemicals used for pests and other diseases. Non-GMO foods are really non-genetically engineered. There are only about 12 genetically engineered crops, and most of them are used to feed livestock. The foods we eat gives us energy and nutrients our bodies need to keep going and survive. It affects our health and the world around us. In conclusion, there is false information being spread on social media platforms that has been hurting the agriculture industry. The industry, the reason that you ate today, is being attacked by several people that spread false information about GMOs, treatment of livestock, and what's actually in our foods. Without agriculture, people wouldn't have food, clothes, or alcohol, and no one would want that. Every day, we need farmers and ranchers to survive, but we never really think of them when we go to the store and buy our foods.